Today we will be taking a look at how can we apply the integer rule to multiply and divide integers. Multiplication and division rules are similar to each other. And if you take a look at the very first problem or the very first definition, you'll see where you have a positive times a positive, it will equal a positive. So a positive number multiplied or divided by a positive number equals a positive number. The second rule is a negative number times a negative number will result in a positive answer. So a negative number multiplied or divided by a negative number equals a positive number. Just keep in mind that when the signs are the same, whether positive positive or negative negative, the answer is always positive. Now, a positive number multiplied or divided by a negative number equals a negative number. So here you see a positive multiplied by a negative equals a negative answer. This could have been negative, this could have been positive, but the signs are different. And anytime the signs are different when you're multiplying and dividing integers, the answer is going to always be negative. Let's take a look at a few examples. Here you'll notice that you have positive 5 times positive 7, which will result in an answer of 35. You have a negative 6 times a negative 6, and remember the rule where the signs, if they are the same signs, is going to result in a positive answer. So 6 times 6 is 36. You have a positive 10 times a negative 4. The signs are different, so you know the answer is going to be negative. And 10 times 4 is 40. You have negative 1 times positive 12. Signs are different. You're going to get a negative answer. And 1 times 12 is 12. The same rules applies for division. You take a negative 12 divided by a positive 4. Signs are different. Answers going to be negative. And 4 or 12 divided by 4 is going to be negative 3. Here you have negative 36 divided by 6. Both signs are negative, so the answer is going to be positive. 6 divided into 36, or 36 divided by 6 is going to be positive 6. 40 divided by a negative 5. Signs are different. You're going to get a negative answer, so just divide 5 into 40, which is 8, or a negative 8 is an answer. Here you have a positive 15 divided by a positive 5. Answer is going to be positive, so you get 3 as an answer. Now, I want you to try these on your own. Now, let's take a look at the problems. You have negative 6 times a positive 12. And as we learned in the earlier lesson, anytime you see a parentheses around a number or a number on the outside that's in parentheses or without a parentheses times a number on the inside with parentheses, it means to multiply. So we know this is a multiplication problem. So negative 6 times positive 12 is going to give me a negative answer. And 6 times 12 is going to be 72, or negative 72. You have negative 5 times positive 15. Signs are different, so I'm going to get a negative answer. So I get a negative 75. And you guys have to excuse the writing on the board. For some reason, the board's not acting right today. But it is negative 75. Let me see if I can write that again. Here you have 8 times negative 8. Again, the signs are different. So what am I going to get? You are correct. I will get a negative answer. And 8 times 8 is 64. What will I get with this? Negative 3 times negative 18. Will the answer be negative or positive? Now look back at your notes and apply the rule. Are the signs the same? Whether positive, positive, or negative, negative. You're correct. The answer is positive. And so if you multiply 3 times 8, that gives you 24, or a negative 54. The last two are a little challenging, but I think we can figure it out. And there's a number of ways we can solve. We can combine the negatives, or we can combine the negative and the positive any way we want to do it. I'm going to take these two here because they're the same sign. I know that 4 times 2 is 8, and a negative 4 times a negative 2 is positive 8. The only thing I have left now is a positive 3. So positive 8 times positive 3 gives me positive 24. And when we're writing positive numbers, you don't have to put a plus sign in front of it. It is understood that when it's written this way, it is a positive number. Only time you need to put a sign is if it's negative. The next, you have positive 8 times negative 2 times negative 2. Again, I'm going to grab these two negatives. 2 times 2 is 4. But since these signs are the same, I'm going to get what kind of an answer? You're correct. It should be a positive answer. So this is positive 4 times positive 8. And 4 times 8 is 32. I want you to try these on your own, and then I'm going to come back to the video and we'll go over the answers. All right, let's take a look at this one. We have 35 divided by negative 5. I know that's a negative and a positive, so the signs are different, so I'm going to get a negative answer. Now I just divide 5 into 5, or figure out what I can multiply by 5 that'll give me 35. If I know my multiplication facts, I know the only number I can multiply by 5 that'll give me 35 is 7. So the answer is negative 7. We have two signs that are the same, they're negatives. So negative 8 divided by negative 2 will give me a positive answer. So 8 divided by 2 is going to give me 4. Negative 24 divided by positive 8, signs are different, so I'm going to get a negative answer. And I just asked myself, what do I multiply by 8 to get 24, or 8 factors into 24, how many times? The only answer that would give me there would be 3, so the answer is negative 3. 168 divided by 12. 168 divided by 12 is going to give me an answer. I want you to really think about how to set the problem up. And I know that 168 seems like a large number, but it's really not. So just take your time and try to solve it. So we have negative 168 divided by negative 12. And our answer should be positive 14. Don't be intimidated by the size of the numbers. You can still do the math. Okay, here is 105, or negative 105, divided by 7. Now see if your answer matches mine. I know I'm going to get a negative answer. And if I divide 7 into 105, I should wind up with an answer of negative 15. I want you to try these on your own and stop the video if you need to. And when you come back to the video, the answers will be displayed on the screen. Hopefully your answers match mine, and if not, go back and make the necessary adjustments to your work. Now I want you to take the bit.ly, and this is a good place to go to get extra support. So I want you to watch the bit.ly, make sure that you're comfortable with the information that's on it, and complete the assignment. And if you have any other questions, please ask your teacher. They're more than happy to help you. Have a good day.